I'm Stephanie. Standing in my marble entryway, I watched as the elevator doors slid open, and there they were. My father, Henry, my mother, Victoria, and my brother, Derek. They were shadows of their former selves. Henry stared at the floor. Victoria's hands trembled as she wrung her purse strap, and Derek, once so full of confidence, looked utterly broken. Victoria was the first to speak, her voice a thin, cracking whisper. "Stephanie, we need your help. Derek's fund has collapsed. Everything is gone." She let out a small sob. "Our house in Elmwood is in foreclosure. The bank is taking it." Then she lunged forward, her manicured nails digging into my arm. "You're so successful now. Your company. You have to help us. He's your brother." I looked at them, the three people who had once made me feel like a ghost in my own family. For so long, I craved their approval, but now I felt nothing but a cold, peaceful quiet. I gently removed Victoria's hand from my arm and walked to the front door. I opened it, revealing the city of Seattle spread out behind me. "Get off my property," I said, my voice calm but firm. Their eyes widened in shock. "Elisa, please," Victoria pleaded, her hand shaking. "We're your family." I simply shook my head. "You made your choice, and now I'm making mine." I closed the door on their stunned faces and turned to watch the rain fall on the city. It all started in Elmwood, a small, wealthy town where my family lived in a large, traditional house. Henry was a successful lawyer, and Victoria was a socialite. They doted on Derek, who followed in Henry's footsteps and became an investment banker. I, on the other hand, was the quiet one, the girl who spent hours in front of her computer, coding and dreaming of building my own tech company. Every Sunday, we'd have family barbecues. The air would be thick with the smell of grilled meat and the tension that always seemed to hang over our gatherings. Derek would brag about his latest deals, and my parents would beam with pride. "That's our boy," Henry would say. "He just gets it." One Sunday, I finally found the courage to speak up. "I'm thinking of buying an apartment," I said. The chatter stopped, and Victoria let out a sharp laugh. "Oh, honey, be realistic. You'll never own property, like your brother." Derek smirked from across the patio. "She'll be playing on her computer forever." I didn't argue. I just held their gaze, knowing they had no idea who I really was. I had been working on a project with my co-founder, Jake. He was a brilliant software engineer, and together, we were building a startup called Zenith Tech. While my family thought I was just playing around, we were developing an AI-driven financial analysis app that used predictive modeling to identify market trends. For 3 years, Jake and I lived in our small office downtown. We coded day and night, drank endless cups of coffee, and pitched our idea to investors. While Derek was bragging about his bonuses, I was struggling to secure funding. But Jake always believed in me. "Let them talk," he'd say. "They have no idea what we're building." After that last barbecue, something inside me changed. I stopped going to the family gatherings, telling them I was busy with my project. They didn't seem to care. To them, I was still the failure, the ghost. But then, the offer we had been waiting for came. A large tech company wanted to acquire Zenith Tech for a multi-million-dollar valuation. When the money hit my bank account, I didn't feel excited. It just felt like a validation of all my hard work. I decided to buy a penthouse in downtown Seattle. It was a modern, glass-wrapped building with a stunning view of the city skyline. When I told a real estate agent I'd be paying cash, his face was priceless. I didn't tell my family about my new home. Instead, I planned a housewarming party. I sent out elegant invitations to my friends, colleagues, and investors. And, of course, I sent 3 invitations to Henry, Victoria, and Derek. The night of the party, my penthouse was filled with people from my world, tech entrepreneurs, investors, and artists. Jake was there, raising a glass to me. I finally felt like I belonged. Then the doorman buzzed. "Your family is here, Mississippi." I took a deep breath and said, "Send them up." When they stepped out of the elevator, their reactions were exactly what I had expected. Victoria clutched her pearls, Henry scanned the room skeptically, and Derek was furious. He thought I was just a guest at someone else's party. As the night went on, I let them soak in their wrong assumptions. Then I took the stage. "Thank you all for coming," I said. "This is my new home, bought with the money from my little coding project, Zenith Tech." The room fell silent. Then, Jake started clapping, and soon, the whole room erupted in applause. I looked at my family. Henry's jaw dropped, Victoria's face went white, and Derek's smirk vanished. Their perfect world, where he was the golden boy and I was the failure, had shattered. After the party, there was silence for 2 weeks. And then the calls and texts started. Derek's investment fund had been hit hard by a new AI-driven financial app that was outperforming his old-fashioned model. Unbeknownst to him, that app was Zenith Tech. Now, here they were at my door, asking for help. But I knew I couldn't let their toxic past hold me back. I had built my own empire, and I was finally free. That night, Jake and our team came over. We ordered pizza, drank champagne, and planned our next venture. I was ready to embrace my new life, free from the shadows of my family.